Hey again, folks. Okay, in this video, I want to go over my own personal beliefs of what happens during the regular season and come playoff time, how the two are completely different. Coming up. Okay, I wanted to touch a little bit on this, okay, because I know I've been talking a lot about hitting and physicality and how it's important, and it is. Now, during the regular season, why I believe having a physical team is important is that becomes your identity, like the Boston Bruins. Try and tell me 1 year since any of you have followed hockey, and any year, where Boston isn't noted as a physical team. You know what I mean? I think of it that way, along those lines. You always know when you play Boston, you're in for a tough game. It's just, no matter what. And they could be the pits. They could be like last place, like they were back in like 06 and 07 in those years, and still it's a tough game. It's still a tough game. So what I wanted to touch on was because a lot of today's younger fans, okay, they think from the center, and then you build from the center back, right? And I'm a believer you build from the goalie out. I'm a big believer. First you have the goalie. If you're going to focus on forwards, you're dead. I really believe you're dead. You're just dead. Because you're going to have some weakness in your back end, and that's what's going to cost you a series one day. Not the guys up front, but that guy in the back end. Game 7 in overtime makes that crucial turnover that he does all year again, one more time. You know what I mean? You don't want that. A guy like Bogosian, Last year when I was cheering on Tampa last year, and I was nervous Bogosian was on their blue line. You know what I mean? I was. So the way I look at it, in a nutshell, okay, is that come playoff time, the new NHL that we've had since the transition game and getting rid of the center line and all that goes out the window, and the old NHL comes back in the door. Because once the playoffs start, as we all know, the game changes. It does. And this is why when fans say, the game has changed. No. The regular season has, not the playoffs. No. The playoffs is a whole different beast. Once you're in the playoffs, and if you're healthy and you're ready and you've established that your team is a fearless team, you can win the Stanley Cup. Montreal's proof of that right now, folks. Look what's happening in Montreal. Take a good look. 18th overall, look at them. Think about it, So they're 11-2 their last 13. What is it? They've lost 1 in regulation. That's it. I don't even know what their penalty kill's done. It's gone right off the charts at this point. I've lost track. What's going on in Montreal right now is because the Habs knew what their identity was. You know what? It's funny because we talk about this because this is what Bob Gainey told them, actually, similar to what I'm kind of saying. He went in their dressing room, and he didn't tell them to go out there and try their best or go out there and win. He stayed away from that talk, that fake talk, or just go out there and do the transition game. He didn't give them any of that crap advice. He told them, find your identity and hang on to it. And Montreal's identity is hitting, blocking up the neutral zone, and matching. If you notice, did Danault look like he's upset? He basically did nothing all series in the points department, and this is a guy that can get points. But did he look upset yesterday? He comes out with a pizza, with Caulfield having a piece of pizza, like in front of the camera. This is funny, And I watched him and Caulfield, joking around like they've been buddies for years, having a great time. And I haven't seen this in any of the other teams, what I see in Montreal right now. I don't. They're not arrogant. That's one thing I'll say. That isn't arrogance. That's a team having fun and having a good time and making the most of it while it's here. That's the way they're handling it. And whereas, other teams out here, outside, like Tampa's going to feel the pressure not to lose the series. If they win this game tonight, Tampa's going to feel the pressure, folks. Don't think they're not. Montreal's not going to have any pressure. They don't care. This is going to be a fun series, if Montreal plays Tampa. I myself would be really cheering to see Montreal and the Islanders. I would love to see two old school teams that never met in the finals back in the 70s and early 80s get in there once and for all. Just one time, it would be nice to see, you know? But this is what I'm thinking, and I wrote it down. How did I write this down? I even worded it. Yeah, put the new NHL transition game does not exist come playoff time. It doesn't. It just doesn't. The old NHL system does. And pretty much that's the playoffs. You know, why do you think New Jersey won 3 Stanley Cups? People say, well, New Jersey was boring. God, do you guys even watch hockey? Like, honestly? I'm not one that I find the game of hockey boring in any facet. I really don't. I love low-scoring games. I do. I love playoff tight games, 2-1, 1-0. Hey man, I love that. Those are classics, you know. I'm not into these 6-5 games come playoff time. I'm just not. Those are regular season games. But come playoff, you know, the scoring, as you see, just goes like this come playoff time because everybody's playing defensive to the best of their ability. And if we can go this route with the Sabres as they develop, right? We develop that hard-hitting, transition-based team, we'll be ready come playoff time. But if we just develop a finesse team, we'll be dead in the series. I don't care how talented the Sabres get. I don't care if they win 50 games. If the Sabres have just a finesse team, come playoff time, we're dead. We're dead. We'll find a way to lose. We will, you know, and I don't want to go there. I'd rather if we get one more chance and get to the Final Four one more time in my lifetime, I want to cash in this time. I do. And if the Sabres can come out there eventually and put together a really good-looking team, but aggressive as well, then we're good. We're good because then we're still intimidating no matter what. I don't want a finesse team is what I'm saying. I want to have the whole package. So when we open the door to the aggression, it's right there, you know? Anyway, that's about just something I wanted to touch base on. I don't want to come off as, oh, you got to just be like physical. No, but it has to be your identity. I like Boston's identity. I do. I do. I like that identity they have, you know, that, and you see it, folks. They got good offensive weapons in that team. They're a fun, hardworking team. But boy, oh boy, they just don't have any mercy when they want to play tough. So, nothing wrong with that. That's old school hockey, which I like. Okay, on that note, I'm going to go see if the poor old Islanders are going to get back in this and force overtime. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I'd love this to go to overtime tonight. I'll see you folks later.